lovelies, welcome back to another episode of the Travel Show. And today I'm taking you all the way back to West Africa, to a small country known as the Gambia, also called the Smiling Coast of Africa. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as I take you on a journey to the Smiling Coast. Before we start, here's a quick lesson on the Gambian history. The Gambian region was mainly occupied by various tribes with distinct cultures. These included the Mandinkas, the Wolof, the Jolas, the Fulas, the Sarahule, the Serial, and they were mainly involved in activities such as farming. The area that is now called the Gambia was once part of the Great West African Empires. This included the Ghana Empire, which moved on to become the Mali Empire, and then the Songhai Empire. The Gambia was also a part of the trans-Saharan trade, which connected West Africa to North Africa. The trade brought a lot of wealth to the region because gold and ivory were being exchanged, along with salt and dried fruit. In the 15th century, European explorers such as the British, the French, and the Portuguese established trading ports on the coast of Gambia. In the 17th century, European influence became evident in the Gambia, and in 1821, Gambia became a part of the British colony, later becoming a hub for the transatlantic slave trade and then being known for its peanut cultivation. The colonization brought along Christianity and modern education, but it also came with the loss of land for the Gambian people. On 18 February 1965, Gambia became an independent state, and in 1970 it became a republic, with the first president being Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara. Okay, I know you were bored with the lesson, but let's move on to the Gambian people and the Gambian culture. It's known as the Smiling Coast of Africa for a reason. This is because the people are known to be very smiley, kind, and hospitable. Maybe too hospitable, because it's very likely that if you visit a Gambian home during lunchtime, you are going to be kidnapped into eating food and drinking wonjo before you leave. Yeah, so be careful. Anyways, the Gambian people also take huge honor in respecting the elders and knowing when to shut up. I kind of think that quality skipped over my head because I be babbling all the time. Yappa. The version of Gambians can be seen in how they spend time with not just their family and friends, but also with their neighbors and the random stranger that came to sell them a bucket. Yeah. This can be seen in how we spend the evening, but it's very common for people to gather around during the evening, while the adults are most likely to be sitting down going through rounds and rounds of attire while discussing uninteresting matters. The kids are more active. It's very likely to see the neighborhood kids all gather around to play games such as football, Ludo, card, or Zang. And if they are feeling super active that day, they are most likely to play INN. It's very common that during religious festivals such as Idul Adha, also known as Tabaski, you're very likely to see Christian neighbors coming over to Muslim houses, and during Christmas, it's very likely to see Muslim neighbors going over to the Christian houses to celebrate along with them. Apart from the religious festivals, we also have cultural festivals such as the International Road Homecoming Festival, which is held every 2 years, and it includes a lot of music and dancing and food and outfits. It's literally so good. You have people coming in from all over the world, Gambians coming from all over the world to experience this festival. It's usually held in May or early June. We also have the Banjul Demba Cultural Festival, which is usually held annually to showcase the culture and art of Gambian people. And my personal favorite, the Kato Musical Festival. Gambia is one of those countries that eat 3 meals a day at designated times: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is usually served at 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. and it will usually include hot tapalapa with sauce or akara, and mostly accompanied with tea. And if you're feeling to go the Gambian way, it's most likely going to be porridge made from millet or rice. Lunch is usually served from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. after the second period of the day. Gambian lunch will almost always include rice. This is because rice is a staple dish of the Gambia. However, one never gets bored with the rice because there are varieties and varieties to choose from yassa to chew to damada to benachin, and my personal favorite, pempek. Dinner in Gambia honestly depends on the person. It can go from hot bread with tea to porridge, or some would prefer to make a lavish dinner. Depends on them. But if you really want to go the Gambian style, mix up the rice and sauce from lunch in a hot pan over the stove. Let the bottom get crispy. Add a little bit of lime and jimbo, and you're gonna have the best time of your life. After dinner in Gambia, families are most likely to gather around and go through something called talin talin. Talin talin basically translates to English storytelling. This is where you have most likely the elderly person of the house sit down and tell kids stories. So she will go talin talin, and everybody will go talin di malemo. That means, like she said, story story, and everybody goes a good story it is, and it's that. Most Gambian storytellings also include songs, and one of my personal favorite comes from a story about a girl that thinks that she's better than everybody else and ended up getting married to a snake. So the song goes, Juloli wo juloli, juloli wo julone tata ya from banim fai, juloli yandi came in na, juloli saba million ba. And the snake will sing, aye wulu wallam bitang, aye wulu wallam bitang. So basically it translates to, oh fetchers of the well, oh fetchers of the well, if you go, please tell my parents that the person that they gave me to is a snake. And the snake will sing back to the fetchers of the well, she is lying, I did not do anything. In a country that honors cultures and folk tales, obviously there are going to be some superstition. And superstition in Gambia are, do not ever let black pepper fall to the ground. And if it does, cover it immediately with cold water. And this is because when black pepper falls to the floor, it's typically considered to cause chaos in the house. Some other superstitions are quite funny, and it's that if two chickens are ever fighting, never separate them because it's gonna kill your mom. I don't know how they came up with that, honestly, but I'm still scared to separate chickens when they're fighting. So do with the information what you will. If you ever see two chickens fighting, don't separate them. With the diversity of different tribes in the Gambia comes different traditional dances and instruments. We have instruments ranging from the halam for the Wolofs, the kora for the Mandinka, the bukarab for the Jolas, and the molo for the Sarahulis. And with the dances, about the different tribes and culture, let's also talk about the traditional skills usually passed down to generations. This includes pottery, weaving, basket making, and batik. Speaking about batik is a form of designing a plain fabric by the use of wax and dye. How it is done, a very interesting process that we do not have time for today. But here are some designs of batik that have been done, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Talking about fabric, let's talk about the Gambian way of dressing. The style can differ from how young you are to how old you are. It's most likely to see younger girls wearing a skirt and top piece, and the much older girls or teenage girls are most likely to wear dresses, and the adults are most likely to be seen in garamboba. Really comfortable outfits, not gonna lie. The style also differs according to the ethnic group that you belong to. So from the Mandinka style of dressing to the Wolof, to the Jola, to the Sarahulle, to the Seril, and to the Manjagos, the diversity in Gambian cultures lets you choose from a varieties of outfits. Okay guys, let's end this on a good note by giving you must visit places and must have foods when you visit the Gambia. Visit the crocodile pool in Bakau or the monkey park in Senegambia. You can also visit the Serekunda market to get handmade crafts, or if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, you can visit the Kuntakente Island or the Stone Circle in Wasu. Thank you so much for watching, and I am so sorry that this video is so long. See you on the next episode of the travel show. Also guys, I am so sorry this took so long.